What's up, y'all? It's your boy Carcino, and this is the official movie review for All Eyez on Me, the Tupac biopic film. And this is it. Tupac Shakur has been dead for 20 years. 20 years. And ever since his death, his popularity has grown way beyond anything anybody could imagine. Circumstances around his life has been magnified. He only lived 25 years. So he would have been 45 right now. Can you imagine Pac at 45 around here? His personality didn't, and he always really talked. And most young people, they can't see themselves being old. Then it creeps up on you. Because you don't live that. There's no preparation to go to that point. But let's assess the actual film. The way it opened, I love the way the film opened. And going into the film, you felt the energy, and they made it like Pac was telling the story of his own life leading up to that point, and then you follow it on. And it seemed like for those people who didn't know Tupac, and mostly the fans he have only know Death Row Tupac, it was like two halves. First half was the Pac you were getting ready to know. So if you were a fan of, just because of your age bracket, you came in doing Death Row Pac, you learned bits and pieces and things about Pac life from pre-Death Row. And I think it was a lot of people who probably needed to know that Tupac in order to kind of understand the Death Row Pac. And then it's like the first half was a lot better to me than the second half of the film. I like the getting to know Tupac and all of that stuff. And it was kind of a slow burn, but it was a necessary slow burn that you needed to have for this film. And this is, please understand, this is a very difficult movie to make. Very difficult. Because you're looking at a situation where Pac is too much to cover in 2 hours. It's so much to make a biopic film of Tupac Shakur in 2 hours. It can't be done. And they did the best job they possibly could do. But here are my detractions from the film. Demetrius Shipp Jr., he did the best job could do. You can't teach or train someone to be Tupac. It's just not gonna happen. His acting skills was lacking in the film. He couldn't reach certain points that would be Tupac in that situation. Certain situations and you'll see it in the film. Certain points he needed to be at a certain level, and he wasn't there. And he needed to be at this level, and he's trying to use anger in the point of passion. And that's what I think they're missing. And it wasn't there. You didn't see the passion. You see somebody's angry, but it sounds like that's anger. It's not what Pac would do in that situation. He wouldn't do it like that. And if he said it, he wouldn't definitely not say it like this. This is not right. Or to me, I could tell the difference. And if you listen to anything Tupac and then listen to how he said it, you will totally know the difference. For somebody who's being animated and somebody who's saying it with passion, there's a complete difference. And that was very noticeable in the film. Does he look the part? In certain parts, he looks like Pac. And they wanted to focus more on the look of Pac, I think, than the actual portrayal of Pac. And then my only other problem that I knew they would run into is their build-up scenes that go nowhere. And that's what I was afraid of from the trailers. There are just a lot of scenes to say, okay, we're going through Pac's life. Here's a scene. scene, 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 scene. And it's like scenes of they gloss over everything because they couldn't really spend time there. So they just show you one scene, cut. Now you in another place, scene, cut. Here we go, scene, cut. And there's people in these scenes that you're like, man, I wonder what happened to that person. What happened with him? Who is he? Gone. You know, who is this guy? What's his name? He had some impactful lines. Who is he? Cut. You know, it's just like, wow. How many times will that happen in this film? That's what I'm saying. I'm like, man, are they just finna scene and cut this thing? So it's made this was more like an unsung or something that would come on BET or something. This didn't seem like a motion picture. I understand it had a budget of $40 million and towards the end, it looked like it ran out of money. So I give it 2.5 stars. It's not 4-star material. Out of 4, I give it 2.5. Because it is a movie about Tupac. The music was cool. A lot of people get to learn about some of the things. And I know I made a video today saying that this movie should validate a lot of the things that I said. This movie really didn't validate anything I said. It really didn't. Because most of the stuff I said that happened. But probably one scene that happened in the movie validated what I said. The rest is like, the scenes are out of place, and I'm like, they didn't even get this in order right. I'm just like, this is like all over the place. Like certain scenes that already should have happened is happening way later, and I'm like, wait a minute, why is he performing Hail Mary? When did he do that? So there's a lot of, I mean, this is a movie you take your chick to go see. She could watch it, y'all can chill out, have a good time, y'all enjoy it. It's a big screen, knock yourself out. It's 2.5 stars for me. You know, I review movies, so that I gotta be upfront and honest. I love to see Tupac on the screen and everything else. I don't think a fiend would be opposed to this film. I couldn't see her not approving it. I don't see anything that they really did a good job with her character. I felt that she was one of the brightest spots in the movie. Plus, my man Pinky was in there. Pinky stole the show. And the actor that plays Snoop, I don't know if Snoop did the voiceover or whatever, but if he didn't, that dude sound just like Snoop. So he was on point. But they gloss over so much. But everything prior to the death row thing, I kind of enjoyed that a lot more than I did the second half. The death row thing was like, whatever. It was okay, but... And of course, they villainized Suge for the whole world to see. And, you know, it is what it is with that. But they villainized Suge, and that's all he was, is the villain. You know, I guess that's the only way they know how to portray Suge Knight. It's just like, we got to portray this side of Suge. You know, he's going to do something, but behind the scenes, this is his real intentions, you know. So 2.5 stars is my review. I'm out.